To Gloves and Greatness. I'll be sharing my thoughts on the ItaumaWhyte fight card. Now, what a crazy night of boxing we got to witness. There were some cracker fights and a mental main event finish. Without wasting time, let's jump into this. Start with Ford versus Nova. As I said in my prediction video, Ray Ford has been looking really good at this weight and this fight was no exception. He made easy work of Nova, and while we are talking about Nova, what the fuck was that orange peel stuck to his face he calls a beard? Anyways, moving on, Ray Ford was levels above this man and he showed it in this fight, cruising to a comfortable points win. Now moving on to Kais Ashfaq and Hayato Sutsumi. Dear God, what a shit performance from Ashfaq. And what's worse is he got paid 150k for that. What an absolute load of bollocks. But yeah, big up Hayato Sutsumi, getting the win easily. Next up is Nick Ball versus Sam Goodman. This was an entertaining fight and one that I'm sure will have the fans arguing over if the right man won. Sam Goodman started off strong, kept a good distance and led the Ball up. But as the fight went on, Ball came back in and ended the fight strong. In my opinion, I feel Ball did enough to steal the win. Goodman let it slip from him in the championship rounds. However, I feel Ball will have major problems if he fights in a way the way he fought tonight. Now, moving on to Filip Hrgović versus David Adelaide. I was actually shocked Hrgović managed to fight till the end without looking like he's one breath away from his heart fucking exploding. I was really impressed with Hrgović and he won me over as a fan after this fight. He has a granite chin but is one of those fighters who gets cut if you sneeze on them, which can become a huge issue if he gets into brawls with fighters who actually throw more than the left hook, like Adelaide did, but we'll get to Adelaide in a moment. While we are discussing Hrgovic's cut, well done to his corner, not for only doing a good job on the cut but genuinely giving Hrgović some solid advice, which had him in total control of this fight. It's clear the two fights he has under Abel Sanchez are massive improvements over what he was doing before. And after fighting through the cuts and eating every single punch Adelaide threw at him, it's clear that
I'm no punk bitch!
I ain't no punk bitch neither!
I'm no punk bitch!
David Adelaide came out to do his best eagle imitation. He stuck his tongue out all night long. And if Hrgović had more power, he would have been stopped. I'm astounded at how Hrgović can look like the fucking Frankenstein monster, yet not hit like a train. You'd expect Hrgović to have some mental Drago level power, but anyways. Yet the man still has 14 KOs, and to be fair to him, his last opponents they have had mental chins. Adelaide started off good with the quick jabs and would land the occasional left, which would lead to Hrgović getting cut. Either he got way too comfortable and felt the fight would be stopped or just gassed out, but after the cut, Adelaide did nothing worth mentioning in the fight. I will credit him, however, he started to swing and left it all out there, which proves no matter how tough the going gets, he won't just quit like some fighters we know of.
Intimidate
don't
me.
disrespect
You can't
me.
intimidate me.
Don't disrespect
You can't
me.
intimidate me.
Daniel, don't
Who do you
disrespect
think you
me.
are?
This fight was a step up for Adelaide and he therefore has learned from the experience. At 28 years of age, he still has time to make the adjustments and come up better next time. Big up to Filip Hrgović. This does put him back in the mix and revives his career, but I can't see him becoming champion, not with the current flock of heavyweights coming up with him. Itauma is looking scary good and way too fast for these guys. Hrgović fights like he's underwater. Cabal's work rate would actually give Hrgović a heart attack. And I feel like Wardley would also be on the quicker side for him as well. In my opinion, Hrgović will be a good test and a gatekeeper level at most for these guys. To the main event, what a performance from Itauma at 20 years of age, sparking at a former world title contender. You have me at 24 struggling to function after walking to the fucking toilet.
Get out of me!
But moving on to Itauma, he came in there, he rose to the occasion, absolutely smashing Dillian White in the first round. Now I've seen some comments where people are saying, oh, he hit White over the back of the head, and I just want to say, fuck right off. You know, Itauma came in there and obliterated White. None of the punches look like Itauma threw them with the intention of getting White at the back of the head. And to be fair, it's sad to see Dillian White like this. Only a few years back, he knocked out Povetkin and he had a whole load of hype behind him. He even sold out Wembley, getting knocked out clean by Fury, but he was still in a good position. I can't really say much good about his performance, aside from well done White, you didn't get caught with the uppercut this time around. Now, I know the heart thought White would win at the start. That was my prediction. I was hoping for a White win. But after watching his walkout and him not doing his iconic howl, the mind realised how badly White was going to shit the bed this fight. The big question is, what is next for both these guys? Well, for Itauma, it's still a nice position to be in. He is arguably shaping up to be the face and the poster boy of the heavyweight division in the future. However, it would be absolute lunacy to put him in with Usyk, so please do not let this fight happen. Allow Moses to truly become the fighter he is destined to be. I've seen news of Jermaine Franklin being considered as an opponent, who I think is extremely underrated, and I feel this fight would be a great experience for Itauma. And I'm going to wager if they do fight, Franklin will be the first fighter to go the distance with Itauma. Now, I'd also say Hergwich fight would be a good fight for Ituma too, because honestly, I don't see where Hergwich plans to go from here at this point. He won't be able to hang with the top guys, so he might as well become a good test for young Moses. But ultimately, Moses is in a sweet position and has tons of options available to him. If he just keep busy fights for a year or two, Usyk will likely retire and the belts will split, and it's more than likely Moses will get his hands on one of them. Now, what's next for Dillian White? I'd say either retirement or some serious changes, but at 38, I don't see what changes he can make. After that performance, I'd say Chisora beats him if they decide to do a trilogy. AJ would annihilate him if they do a rematch, as would Parker. But there is one man who can be matched with Dillian, and in my opinion, that is the Bronze Bomber. Wilder seems just as, if not more, finished than White. At least with White, the argument can be made that he lost to an upcoming prospect who's avoided by the older guys in the division. Wilder had a stinkfest with fucking Hernandez and has made claims he's back. Throw them both in on maybe an undercard of the next major ring event and let the world see which of them is more shitter at this stage. It'd give them a good payday and, off they go. That was all for this video. Please do like, share, subscribe and take care.